Hey, what's up, gang? It's Master Fox. Happy Sunday. And again, to the veterans out there, thank you for your service. A word on testing. Hey, try this next time you're in school and the teacher says there's a math test. Let them know you don't feel ready for it and you're going to wait until next time to take it. See how that goes over. Obviously, it doesn't work that way. In school, you test and the teacher says it's time to test. Or if you're an adult and you're at work and your boss says there's a presentation or a report and it's due Tuesday. Let them know you don't feel quite ready for it, and you'll let them know when you feel ready, and maybe you'll do it next time. Good luck with that. And perhaps most importantly, you find yourself in a situation where you're accosted by somebody and you have to defend yourself. Let them know you don't feel ready, and you'll get back to them when you do. It's not how life works. So in martial arts, it's the same thing. When you're invited to test, when the instructor says it's time, it's time. Be ready. When a student says that they don't feel ready, what they're saying is, I'm nervous. I don't feel like I'm as good as I should be. Well, I used to have a Grandmaster Instructor when I was coming through the ranks, and when you'd say something like that to him, he would say, Really? When did you get your black belt? Well, that's not my style. He could get away with that sarcasm that was a little more like his personality type is not mine. But what he was saying was this: Since when do you know more than me about what I'm looking for? You don't. So in our school, we don't allow red belts or even black belts to determine if they're testing. The instructor determines that. So it's certainly not up to a white belt or yellow belt who's feeling nervous to determine. In fact, that's exactly the reason they should test. We want our kids to learn how to handle failure, right? I mean, building confidence is one of the reasons that they're here. And in fact, that confidence means more to me than how good their technique is. Consider this. What's the worst that can happen? Let's say this to your child who's nervous. What's the worst that can happen? You fail the test. Well, we never fail a child publicly. We'll always say after the test, there are some things that we need to see. I'd like to see this, that, or the other thing. We offer them some additional instruction if we think it'll be helpful. And then we ask them to repeat that part of the test with a senior instructor privately. That's the worst case scenario. So don't say, I don't feel ready. Even at the black belt level, black belts don't ask, can I test? The answer will always be no. And if you're invited to test and you say no, it may be a long time before you're actually invited to test again. That's just the way martial arts works. When you're invited, it's time. Be ready. The bottom line is you don't know as a parent or as a student what our expectations are. You don't have the experience of having known thousands of students who came before you, and that we know that different people bloom and arrive at different times. And so we take each student on an individual basis and determine if they're ready. By the time you get to black belt, believe me, everybody's ready for it. So in sum, if your child is feeling nervous and doesn't feel quote unquote ready to test, that's nerves talking. What you got to do is, if you want to really support your child, let them know that that's exactly the reason that they need to take the test if they're invited to do so. And I'm going to send an email out very shortly to those who are specifically invited to test. We tried it a little differently this year. We said when you check in, we wanted the kids to take responsibility for themselves. If you've got 14 classes or more at the beginner and intermediate level, you're testing. I don't think that worked very well. I think we need to send an email out and let everybody know who's testing. So again, in this program, you're required to test to go through the ranks, to stay with your peers, assuming that you're ready. Anybody has any questions about it, please let me know. And for those who aren't on Facebook, I'll send an email out with this kind of information. Hey, this is Master Fox. Make it a great day.